All right, welcome back to the deep dive. So you know the drill. You hand us the sources, the articles, the research, even firsthand notes, and we provide the shortcut to what's really going on. And today we are doing a deep dive into something that's, well, it's less a wedding and more of a cultural Olympics. A
Oh,
true test of endurance. We're talking about the Pakistani
a
wedding.
marathon, really.
Yes, a marathon. Our sources give this incredibly vivid and honestly pretty hilarious look at what these multi-day celebrations demand from everyone. So our mission today is to unpack that. The physical, the emotional,
The facial muscle
the
enduro.
facial muscle endurance, exactly, because that gets us to this core concept we found, which is just brilliant. This isn't just a ceremony, it's a performance that ends with a couple in what the sources call smile jail.
I love that term. Smile jail.
It's perfect, isn't it? That deep exhaustion from having to look perfect for, what, 72 hours straight?
It is. And that framing is so important because you immediately get the tension between the sacred moments and the intense social demands. Traditionally, you're looking at 3 big days: the Mendi, the Nikah, and main reception, and then the Walima. And each one just ramps up the energy.
Okay, so let's start where it all begins. Day one, the Mendi. Our sources call this the Great Divide because the bride and groom are kept separate, right? Holding these huge parallel parties.
Completely parallel. And it's fascinating because the two houses feel like totally different universes. You have the groom side, which is often called the spicy side in the notes we have.
Okay, spacey. I like that.
And it is pure high-octane chaos. You've got last-minute dance practices. You have family flying in from all over.
Well, the sources mention the UK cousins arriving.
Yes, the UK cousins who, walk in and immediately start judging the groom's hairline. The pressure is on from minute one.
So the scrutiny starts before he's even left the house.
Absolutely. And while all this is happening, the groom is trying to practice his dance moves, looking, and I quote, like a glitching robot, while his mother is literally feeding him ladus.
Force feeding him.
Like he's a prize-winning pigeon. It's this symbol of, family pride and investment. But really, it's just more pressure. He's already exhausted.
Okay, so that's the spicy side. Let's switch gears. What's happening on the sweet side at the bride's house? I'm picturing something calmer.
Calmer. No, just different. The sources describe it as a literal biohazard of henna fumes and glitter.
Wow. Okay, so not calm.
Not at all. It's all about the visual transformation. They do this thing with the yellow turmeric paste, the Ubcan, which apparently makes the bride look like a human highlighter.
A human highlighter.
But the real stress isn't the paste. It's the audience. You have maybe 20 aunties standing around debating every single detail.
Oh, I can just imagine.
Is the outfit too much? Is it not enough? It's this constant commentary. It comes from a place of love, but it's still intense scrutiny. The photos have to be perfect.
So it's all about how it's going to look later. It's not just about the moment. It's about the visual archive.
Exactly. The effort is the currency.
Mm.
So day one sets the stage. It tells everyone this is going to be a grand, performative, and visually stunning event. And the couple has to carry that weight into day two.
So we've survived day one. We're covered in glitter, probably a bit sticky, and definitely scrutinized. Now we head into the main event, day two, which kicks off with the Nikah, the actual religious contract.
Right, and this is such a jarring shift. You go from the beautiful chaos of the Mendi to this moment of deep solemnity.
It's a huge change in tone.
A huge change. It begins at the masjid, the mosque, and it's meant to be serene, sacred. The bride is actually behind a curtain for the signing, which emphasizes how private and spiritual this commitment is supposed to be.
But even in that sacred space, the anxiety is still there.
Oh, it follows them everywhere. The sources say the groom's biggest worry wasn't the weight of the moment, but whether he whispered, "Kubul hai, I accept," loud enough.
You're kidding.
Not at all. He said it was like trying to order a secret menu item at Taco Bell. Just this quiet, nervous whisper, hoping you got it right.
That is so incredibly relatable, that fear of messing up the one important line. And then right after that, they're thrown back into the public performance.
Immediately. It's from 0 to 60. The nikah is done, and boom, you're at the wedding hall for the reception, and you're headed for the stage.
Ah, the stage. This is where Smile Jail really begins. The sources call it a trap.
It is a trap. You're sitting on what's basically a golden throne for 5 hours straight.
5 hours. And why is that so essential? Why can't they, mingle?
Because of the visual archive. It's their duty. They are the centerpiece. Every single guest, and we're talking hundreds of people, has to come up and get a photo with the happy couple. It's proof. It documents the community's presence.
So it's not a party for them, it's a photo shoot.
It's a photo shoot with constant direction. Smile, look left, chin down. Now look at each other like you actually like each other. Don't blink. It's choreographed exhaustion.
And the physical toll must be immense. The source described feeling like a wax figure at Madame Tussauds.
Your face just gives up. The muscles start twitching. The sources say by hour 4, the smile is, well, it's gone.
What happens to it?
They're described as baring their teeth like a defensive golden retriever. It's just a reflex at that point, a grimace.
And the ultimate irony here, the most beautifully cruel detail, is that they're sitting right next to this massive buffet, all this glorious food.
A mountain of biryani, everything you could imagine. They can smell it, they can see it.
But they can't eat.
Not a single bite. They're starving, but they're too busy performing for the camera. It's the perfect image, really. The visual demand completely overpowering a basic human need.
Unbelievable. Okay, so that brings us to day 3, the walima. At this point, I have to assume the couple are just ghosts.
They are the Walking Dead in designer clothes, yes. The fatigue is just crushing, and the walima is the final formal event. It's the feast hosted by the groom's family to welcome the bride. It's the last big social hurdle.
But the people at the center of it are just running on fumes.
Completely. The sources say the bride's brain is basically 50% hairspray at this point, after something like 400 bobby pins.
400. And the groom.
Oh, the groom is even worse. He was so tired he literally forgot his own name. He was shaking hands with guests and saying congratulations to them.
To the guests. Oh, no.
Yes, his brain had just checked out. But the real climax, the moment this all builds to, comes much later that night, around 3 a.m. when they finally get home.
The marathon is over, the guests are gone, and it's time for that last really intimate tradition, Mundkai, the face-seeing gift.
Exactly. This is supposed to be the beautiful, quiet moment. The husband lifts the bride's veil, really sees her for the first time away from the crowds, and gives her a meaningful gift, a piece of jewelry, a watch, something romantic to mark the beginning of their life together.
It sounded like the perfect ending, the payoff.
But
this is real life, not a movie. Something went wrong, didn't it?
something went very wrong. The groom, our guy who was worried about ordering Taco Bell.
Yes.
He forgot the gift.
No.
Yes. And he didn't just, misplace it in his luggage. It was sitting on the kitchen counter at his parents' house.
How far away was that?
2 towns away.
At 3 a.m. So that quiet, romantic moment just turned into a logistical nightmare.
A full-blown 3:30 a.m. emergency. He's too tired to drive. He's still half in his wedding outfit. So he does the only thing he can do. He calls his younger brother.
Oh, the poor brother.
And offers him this desperate bribe. $50 in my PS5 if you go get the small velvet box next to the toaster.
Next to the toaster. I love that detail. The grand romantic gesture sitting right next to a kitchen appliance.
It's perfect, isn't it? And so the gift exchange finally happens at 4:30 a.m.
And what did that look like? Was it still romantic?
Not quite. They were, and I'm quoting here, slumped on the edge of the bed, wearing sweatpants under their wedding tunics.
Oh, that's such a real image.
So real. The groom just mumbles, "Here, shiny thing, let me sleep," and apparently passes out with one shoe still on. The ring was beautiful, but the moment was just pure, unfiltered exhaustion.
That's the whole story right there, isn't it? They spend 3 days aiming for this absolute perfection, this flawless public image, and the most human, most memorable moment is the one that's a complete mess.
That is the absolute key takeaway. For anyone trying to understand these events, it's not about the flawless execution you see in the photos. It's about the intense community effort, the preparation, and these beautifully messy, private moments of just affection and exhaustion. That's what you remember.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. How much of any tradition is really about achieving that public perfection for the archives? And how much is it just about surviving the shared experience together?
I think we know the answer.
Because the story they'll be telling in 20 years isn't about the 5 hours in Smile Jail. It's about the 4:30 a.m. emergency gift run. That's the real tradition, the story you tell afterwards.